Hopefully I look as good as that. He was running quite fast there.
The Twilight Saga New Moon took us Twihards deep into the mythology of vampires, werewolves, and everything in between. But behind the movie magic was a cast and crew who worked impossibly hard to make sure everything was perfect when it reached the big screen. From Wolfpack Camp to groundbreaking special effects, let's dive into the behind the scenes of New Moon.
All right, let's roll it.
The first Twilight film only skimmed the surface when it came to Stephenie Meyers' werewolf history. Just like it was Bella's, New Moon was our first tango with the truth behind the Quileutes. That means the CGI and special effects department had some big shoes to fill. They used some advanced computer technology to construct the werewolves and used references from real-life timberwolves. They were then able to use these digitized models and add them to the raw footage. When it came to filming, they used plastic or cardboard stand-in werewolves that Kristen Stewart tried to avoid acting with at all times.
It's like 5 seconds of me reacting like,
But for Taylor, filming as a wolf was pretty exciting. It allowed him to do some of his own stunt wire work.
And I'm glad to have the wolf pack here now.
Robert Pattinson also got to get involved with the stunt coordinators during Edward's confrontation with the Volturi. While the stunt doubles took on most of the intense action, our Pats still stepped in and did some wire work as well. Overall, the Volturi fight scene was intricately choreographed to run smoothly and took a lot of practice from both the stunt doubles and the actors. At the end of the day, Rob was congratulated with a cake, because it was his birthday.
We can thank all the wires guys.
Sadly, Kristen Stewart didn't get to become an expert motorcycle rider while filming New Moon, but she did get to have some fun pretending to ride one. To keep Kristen safe but also get as many close-ups of her as possible, they secured Bella's bike to a dolly platform that carried the motorcycle while it moved to give the appearance that Kristen was actually riding it.
it was cool to be on the back of a motorcycle on the back of a car.
Kristen had another opportunity to get involved with some stunts, but it was just a little too risky. Bella's birthday party at the Cullens may just be the most misleading scene of the entire film. The truth is that the majority of the time, the main cast weren't even the ones filming. Even characters not involved in the vampire violence, like Rosalie and Esme, were replaced with stunt doubles. Bella and Jasper's stunt doubles both wore wires so that they could be controlled when pushed back by Edward. The glass Bella falls into was fake breakaway material to prevent the stunt double from getting hurt. The real actors were carefully brought in to film a bit of the choreographed action, a part that Jackson Rathbone absolutely loved. He put so much effort into his attack that even Kristen admitted that she was terrified by his performance.
A little bit of action, a little bit of ducking and jiving.
Creating the werewolves is one thing, but showcasing Jacob's werewolf powers in human form, like his strength, took some added effort. In order to give the audience, and Bella, a hint of Jacob's new strengths, he lifted his motorcycle out of Bella's truck. While it isn't far-fetched to think Taylor could have totally done it without help, they attached the bike to wires and a crane to make the lift look effortless.
Dude, when did you get so strong?
Speaking of effortlessness, the CGI team was able to make these behind-the-scene to big-screen transitions look seamless. Production on the saga changed from Portland to Vancouver after the first film, which meant a lot of the buildings we saw in the first film were miles and miles away. The set designers were able to put together or find replicas of Bella's home and the Cullens' home, but locations like Forks High were completely recreated with green screens. It's almost impossible to tell. The cliff diving sequence in New Moon was finally Kristen's time to shine when it came to trying out some stunts. But director Chris Weitz put some expectations on Kristen that just weren't possible.
Yeah, I like stunt work. Kind of scary though.
To give the appearance as if she was drowning, he asked Kristen to put weights in her pockets to allow herself to sink. With his experience from Harry Potter, Rob was making all the water work look like a piece of cake. So Chris was a little apprehensive as to why Kristen was finding it all a bit overwhelming. But when he decided to suit up and try putting weights in his pockets as well, he realized that not only was Kristen right in being terrified, but Rob was superhuman for not feeling the same. I decided to go down there in a wetsuit, weighted down, and I started to panic. In the end, it all worked out and looked amazing.
How was it?
Awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Something else that turned out amazing in the film, the entire Italy sequence at the end, but it wasn't without a lot of work from everyone involved. Before even shooting, the production team went on a detailed tour of Tuscany and Lombardy in order to find the perfect location. Because they were looking to keep a more Renaissance vibe, instead of a classic Gothic vampire approach, they were very, very picky.
The choice of Montepulciano was a sort of big discussion, and we really worked on that to get it right.
Once they settled on a location, they were able to use it as inspiration for creating the inner workings of the Volturi lair in the studio. The costume department also faced some challenges in Italy. They had to find a quick way to be able to put 700 extras in cloaks for the Volturi scene when they were originally asked for 350.
It started off as 350, then it grew to 400, and then someone asked me, well, how many do you really think you can do?
That meant finding something that we could fit multiple body types.
We came up with a simple formula, almost like one size fits all.
It may have taken a lot of hard work, but that Italian sea of red was incomparable on screen. Taylor Lautner's wardrobe also needed a little extra attention from the costume department in this film, even if he was shirtless for the majority of it. In the novel, Jacob is supposed to have drastically changed from one moment to the next. Although Taylor did have a big transformation, they still had to make his appearance more exaggerated. We tailored all of the t-shirts he wore to make it seem like he was busting out of them. He also had lifts added to his shoes so he would tower over Bella. There wasn't much room for improv in the Twilight films because of the franchise's complicated storyline, but Anna Kendrick was able to show off her skills in this scene, with Bella outside of the movie theater. Her speech about zombies, totally unscripted. Looks like Chris Weitz saw her improv potential even before she moved on to share her talents with the Pitch Perfect team.
And like, it's supposed to be a metaphor for consumerism.
It wasn't all wire tricks and near drownings for this cast. Their chemistry and hilarious personalities led to some of these heartwarming bloopers on set. But like many film sets, being a part of the New Moon cast did come with its own set of rules. For the second film, director Chris Weitz made sure that every actor cast as part of the Wolfpack could prove they held First Nation status. He wanted to ensure he was representing the Quileutes properly. Production designer David Brisbane even met with the Quileute Executive Council to make sure they were being as accurate as possible. Once those actors were cast, they were sent straight to what Chris termed Wolf Camp. It's here they were trained by professionals and were put on strict diets that had to follow. Chaske Spencer, who played Sam, found the whole experience pretty rewarding, so what they did is he threw us into circuit training and muscle confusion workouts. And then we just eat all day. It's pretty much 4 to 6 meals a day, plus 3 to 4 protein shakes a day as well. Despite the challenges that came along with the film, the cast and crew were able to pull through and continue on with the Twilight Saga perfectly. Their attention to detail with the Volturi and beyond added an extra layer to it all, not to mention the perfect chemistry between the actors. What was your favorite behind-the-scenes moment? Let us know below. Thanks for watching.
We'll catch with you later.